Remember when everyone was buying Meta stock at the highs and calling for $900? Well, and I was here like a polite Spanish trader with a cup of coffee whispering, well, Meta, it is going to drop to monthly demand. And guess what? Meta is today, well, exactly at this $592 demand imbalance, reacting or trying to react beautifully. So let me show you why this move was predictable months ago in advance and what comes next. Today I'm going to be diving on Meta platform stock. Yes, our beloved Facebook. They changed the name a long time ago, and I want you to pay close attention because this is exactly how supply and demand works. Okay, how supply plays out, and when you trust the bigger time frames and ignore the noise. So while everyone else was focusing on hype or AI announcements, VR, Googles, sorry, and who knows what. I was watching one thing, the chart itself, price action, candlesticks, and the chart was crystal clear for Meta stock, Meta platforms. Okay, the monthly time frame has the demand level at $592 has been reached, the same zone we discussed a couple of months ago when I recorded a video when price was around there and we were waiting for price to drop, and that is exactly what happened. So the same zone that we discussed months ago for Meta was reached, and this wasn't a miracle as I explained in the previous analysis, and it wasn't luck and it wasn't earnings. It was simply like a price action gravitating towards and filled institutional orders at this monthly demand level that has taken control. So we have huge bearish candlestick bodies before we had huge bullish candlestick bodies. We have fresh demand level here, right there, and a clean and touch demand level that has been reached a few days ago. And this is what I call a magnet effect for demand or of demand. And now what? Meta is trying to react exactly as we were expecting from this monthly imbalance, just like Apple did earlier this year, and just Microsoft did in 2024, and just like every market does when a strong monthly demand level gains control, or like Pfizer, which I analyzed this stock, okay, it's reacting to this weekly demand level as expected, and we also have a daily demand level here trying to rally and play out. So it's all about supply and demand, no news, no earnings, and Microsoft reached that demand level on the monthly time frame, and this demand level is usually ignored by stock traders because they don't use the bigger time frames. So if we take a look at the weekly time frame, at the top we had that weekly supply level that we mentioned, and it's been dropping strongly until the demand level on the monthly was reached. And now you can see that the bearish candlesticks on the weekly time frame for Meta are like getting smaller, and now we even have these bullish candlesticks that could become like this, and that would be great. And it's already engulfing the previous candlestick on the left. So the supply level at the top on the weekly time frame for Meta at $755 per share was the turning point for Meta stock. As soon as price touched that level, okay, that weekly supply Meta collapsed as expected. I recorded a video when price was around there, and I shared this in the significant line trading community too. So weekly supply in control, okay, and expecting a huge drop based on the monthly time frame. That was like the perfect scenario for Meta stock to drop lower. And the cherry on top, we maybe you remember about the earnings reaction on October 29th over there, right there. Okay, it was the catalyst, okay, for price to keep on dropping and reacting to that weekly supply level. That was at 13% collapse on Meta, and that wasn't random. It was simply that weekly supply level was in control, and the monthly demand level was acting as a magnet for Meta stock. So I won't spend too much time on this because I already covered this in the previous video analysis. So let's be honest, it didn't hurt I don't think it hurt. Mr. Mark Zuckerberg selling over 15,000 shares over there per day during the run-up over there, collecting more than $12 million per day. So is that a coincidence? Well, that's insider trading. We'll let you decide. That happened right there in August, in the beginning of August 2025, and then obviously he wanted some money. It collapsed, and now Meta has reached the monthly demand level we covered in the previous video analysis. So let's say institutions don't sell like that. I mean, unless they know where the chart is heading. Okay, and thankfully you and I, because of the videos I have been recording, also knew where it was heading. It was heading south to this demand level on the monthly, and it was obvious. Okay, so insider selling is just a bonus confirmation that this was about to happen, as it did, and not a trading signal. So what happens now with Meta? So we are now at the point where the monthly demand level has gained control at $592. Meta platform stock is starting to react with buying pressure. The smaller time frames, okay, we can see these candlesticks here are very weak, and now we have large candlestick bodies. So smaller time frames like daily, 4 hour and even 1 hour time frames are showing fresh impulses, printing new highs. Emotionally, retail stock traders are panicking while institutions accumulate, based on the fact that we have this strong monthly demand level in control. And this is exactly what long-term price action looks like on a stock like Meta, one of the biggest one of these 7 magnificent stocks. So a strong rally, bearish breaks action, supply on the weekly hits, then massive take profit, insider trading, collapses, monthly demand takes control, reaction. That's how it works. You don't need any indicator, any oscillator. You don't need news, fundamental analysis, because all that is already priced in the Meta or Meta's stock price today. Okay, everything is in place. So the trading lesson to learn here is this is where patience pays off. As I always say, trading isn't about chasing candlestick, okay, or doing breakout trading like a caffeinated monkey. Okay, it's about waiting for price to return to the most likely impulse or demand level, in this case, to the imbalance we identified weeks and months ago for Meta before, okay, and allowing the charts to breathe. And now this is what we are expecting. We don't need earnings, we don't need indicators, we don't need economical gurus to tell us what to do. You just need supply and demand and the emotional control to wait for price to get here. So summing up, Meta reached the monthly demand level at $592. We can use now bullish option stock strategies, or you can use intraday stock strategies and scalping strategies to trade on the way up if you want to scalp it. But this is swing longer term type of trading for Meta stock. It's trying to react. The bigger time frame bias is respected, or is being respected once again. Now we are just waiting for new demand levels, new bullish signals. You can use other stock strategies to buy, okay, but we have to buy, okay. That's the idea. So hopefully this will continue to rally. If you like these type of videos and analysis I do, subscribe to my channel and you will get more like this. And don't hesitate to contact me. Have a great day.